All right, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. And it's Sunday, the Sunday after Valentine's. I hope you had a good Valentine's. It could be pretty rough sometime. It could be pretty rough sometime. I remember getting my mother to drive me to my girlfriend's house. I had my big box of candy. And as I was going to the door, another schoolmate of mine, what we call Two Wheat, was coming out the door. He had just delivered to his Valentine. I went in and delivered mine. And as I was coming out the door, another friend of mine named Philip Murray, he was coming to deliver to his Valentine. See, we all had the same Valentine. When she got through with all that candy, I guess she must have been pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I hope that it was a little different for you, but I hope you enjoyed it. It's very important to some, not so important to others. I tried to practice calendarless love. I hate for the calendar to dictate to me my attitude and action. I try to be a Christian every day, celebrating Christ. I try to be a husband every day, a father every day. My mother and father were living. I did not wait till Father's Day or Mother's Day. All I had to do was have the time and ability. And if I had the time and the ability and I saw something they liked, I got it. If I had time to run by with a visit, I made it. If I could do nothing but call, I called daily. Show love every day and let the other stuff be an extra bonus because you just never know. You never know. When the calendar dictates attitude, a lot of people get involved that wouldn't normally be involved. But I hope that you ladies who were looking for some chocolates got them. I used to get big boxes from Miss Smith. But by the time, matter of fact, I used to get the hotel suites with the jacuzzi and everything else. But by the time she got there, Miss Smith was always with another agenda. And by the time she got there, I would have finished the big box of candy. Wouldn't be not one piece left. It was 24, 36, 42, however many it was. When I get that sweet thing going, I can't stop. There's Brother Bill Rump the third, so faithful. Thank you, sir. There's Brother Frank Spark tuning in from Phoenix, Arizona right now. He's been attending his niece's wedding. He and two of his sisters are out there, and I'm certainly going to miss him today. We love you, Frank. We love you. There's Brother Devin, who's in Pittsburgh by way of Detroit. He was a faithful fireman. You got to be some kind of guy to be a fireman. Got to be some kind of guy to go into a burning building to save somebody you don't know. my friend Calvin Hawking, who helped me set up this program, wow, what, 5, 6 years ago now, when the friend thing came out on Facebook. I wasn't in it, but then Calvin went on and told the world that I was in Haiti every 6 to 8 weeks. And because of that, we started delivering to Haiti not by the suitcase or the duffel bag, which was our norm, but we had to get our own airplane to help deliver. We got stuff from everybody everywhere, whether they were in Germany, whether they were in France, all over the United States. People said they wanted somebody who was just not going to drop stuff off and forget it, but be there to help it get distributed as much as possible. You can't get it all done. A lot of people say, well, Reverend, I don't give because the people only get a dime out of a dollar. I said, so if you want them to have a whole dollar, give 10. Don't worry about the other 9. When you give 10, know you've given a whole dollar. Because when you really want to help somebody, you can't worry about controlling what's out of your hand. You go fishing. Once you cast your line, you're out of control. What's going to happen from there is not up to you. If you're a golfer, once you tag that ball, you're out of control. It's going to land where it lands. If you're on the practice range shooting your gun, once you fire, you're not in charge of that bullet. So don't try to stay in charge of what you give for the cause of Christ. There are too many of us worried too much. What happened to my money? Well, it's not your money. It's not your money. It's what God trusted you with and asked you for 10% to go towards the kingdom work. That's the thing you need to keep in mind, how good the Lord is. But Devin was a fireman going into places, rescuing people. So when I joined Facebook, I tried to think of who could I make a friend. And people had 5,000, 10,000, 12,000. They didn't have a limit on it then. And I had 3 or 5. And Calvin kept telling me to put him on. So finally, he really pressed me. I said, Calvin, according to Christ, a friend is somebody you lay your life down for. I said, and right now, I don't know what happened, if it really happened, but the way I feel, if I was passing the house, it was on fire, and somebody said, Calvin in there, I said, call the fire truck, get the water hose, throw dirt on it, whatever, but I don't think I would run inside. I said, whereas if my daughter, Tiki, was in there, it'll take all the police in Detroit and all the firemen to hold me and keep me from going in there. That's the way I felt about it. But Devin took on a job where he would actually go in burning buildings to save people he didn't know. God bless you, Devin. Here's another man that's a role model, Brother Robert Perry, and he teaches discipline. And Brother Perry, that's a word that all of us could use more practice with. I have thrown away much of my life and health by not being more disciplined. My father used to run revivals in the rural, and every evening before church, you go to somebody's house to eat, and sometimes the ladies would say, Sonny, we got pound cake, we got peach cobbler, we got chocolate cake, tater pie. So which one do you want? I said, all of them, every one of them. My father would be kicking me under the table, but I just, oh Lord, just lack of discipline. Now I'm old and trying to hang on. I got these beautiful grandchildren that I love so much. And I tell myself that's the only reason I want to hang on. I want to see what will become. What will become. I was telling my little grandson the other day, I said, now listen, you're going to be doing all the driving 9 years from now. I said, but Papa won't be here to see you drive. He said, you won't be here? I said, no, because I'll be 93. I said, and I don't want to hang around that long because I won't be too useful to myself or nobody else. He said, Papa, you won't be 93. You'll be 83. I said, you about one smart little fellow. And he had it absolutely right. I love him so much. He called Monday nights because he spent the night with me last night, and he did. We enjoyed each other very, very, very much. But Robert teaches discipline, and that's what Jesus teaches. But people don't like to discipline themselves, get up like you all are up this morning and be in Sunday school on time and stuff. They like to serve Christ out of convenience. A lot of churches are very popular because they have worked hard to make everything convenient. And I'm not criticizing those churches. I'm just saying they draw people, even if they're not drawing them through the gospel, they will get them to the gospel. As a friend of my son said, that if they hang around long enough, you get them to the trough, they're going to drink the water after a while. They have a food court, and they don't close the food court for church. And I'm talking about a real food court with a Subway in it, with a McDonald's in it. They are really, really doing good. I think it's called Ridgecrest North, out on 275 near 94. But they have 4,000 worshipers 3 times a week. But it's a beautiful thing. But they have made it very convenient with times of worship. If you can't worship early, you can worship late. And everything in the church you could think of. Babysitter there for your children. And just about anything else you can name. How good the Lord is. There's the brown bomber. What a preacher. What a preacher. He is not a man that preaches. He is a preacher. He's born in the tribe of Levi. I think he has 4 brothers preaching. My goodness. Just born in the tribe of Levi. Like I told my daughter-in-law, when Joshua was born, he was hollering and crying. I said, let him cry. He got to build up his lungs. He got to preach. She said, no, he can't be no preacher, Reverend Smith. He going to be a usher. I said, well, let me tell you this. He can opt out, but he was born in. And that's the same way it is with Brother Brown here. He was born in, and he tried to get out and stay out, but he couldn't because that's who he is, not just what he does. That's my cousin. I hope you're feeling good today. And do all the right you can. It'll help you stay in line. Do all the right you can. But I know you kin to my wife, and that doing the right thing is some people just gonna do what they do no matter what. But comes a time you gotta just cut it. And that doesn't mean slow down, that means go in the opposite direction. Because if you were in Chicago and it was a miserable visit, you made it out. If you don't want to go back to Chicago, you can't get on 94 West. whether you drive 5 miles an hour or 500 miles an hour. If you're here in Detroit and you get on 94 West, you're going to end up in Chicago. So if your doctor tell you to slow down, you need to get another doctor, because that doctor is just treating. And that's the philosophy of some doctors. I'm here to treat you, but you won't cure. You won't cure. And it can work. So do all you can to just turn everything around. If being who you are got you where you are, then you need to be something different. How good the Lord is. There's, all right, that's Martha Fenton. Let's see, Finian. All right, so glad to have you over there on YouTube. God bless you. We're here Tuesday night at 7 and Wednesday morning at 5 a.m. also. God bless you. Saving, praise the Lord. What time is it for you? Well, I'm in Detroit. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, and it's about, well, I really can't see that good. 6:17. Ooh, I better get on here. Let me see. I'm greeting everybody. Deacon's daughter and YouTube saving. That's a Deacon daughter. Suzette Beecham. I love you, Sue. I love you. I really, really love you from the day I met you. And that's been, I hate to say 45 years because that make you on up there, Sue. You're not as old as me, but I know you've been around 45 years and you were grown when I met you. God bless you. Thank you. You don't know how good you make me feel being here. God bless you. All right. All right, Brown Bummer. Let me get started here. Maxine, please come see me. Bless you, bless you. All right, sweet life. God bless you. Y'all don't know how much I appreciate you. There's Reverend Dalton. God bless you, Reverend Dalton. Peggy Tyler. Peggy, we're supposed to meet today at, wow. Yeah, but anyway, give me a call. I'm trying to figure where to go or not. I've had stomach flu all week. So I don't know. It'll be up to you all. We can just muscle on in. I'm sure Avis will give me a mask. All righty. There's Sister Lisa Marie Nesbitt. My goodness, I saw you. There's Sister Beechen. The apartment building across the street are doing fine. We should be opening in 2 weeks, but you can't ever count on that kind of work when you got a whole collaboration, when it take a whole lot of people doing something and everybody got to get in place. You can't put a time on it. It took me 13 years the first time, and I had Mayor Blanchard behind me and Mayor Young behind me. But there were 4 banks and about 20 other entities that's involved. I can't explain all the details in doing this kind of thing, but when you do development that involves city, state, and federal, and banking, commerce, and all this kind of stuff, you got to get everybody on board. It's not the easiest thing to do. But the last notice I got 2 weeks ago was we'll be another 2 weeks getting in there. But they've done all the work. All the work has been done. God bless you. You're going to come back from Chicago and move in, huh? God bless you, Brother Perry. How good the Lord is. All right. I think that's it for the early birds. I'm trying to learn this song until my wife started coming in here singing it. I'm going to be still trying. I got an extra light here today, so that means I'll be able to see it, I hope. Now if I get some of this flame out my throat. Try to drink the hottest coffee I can to wash the flame down, but it used to work. Lord, I want to live for thee every day and hour. Let Thou Spirit be with me in its saving power. In my weakness, be my strength. In my trials all, be thou near me all the day. Hear my every call. Lead me not to walk alone, lest I droop and die. Let Thou Spirit go with me and attend my cry. Keep my heart and keep my hand. Keep my soul, I pray. Keep my tongue to speak Thy praise. Keep me all the way. Keep my heart and keep my hand. Keep my soul, I pray. Keep my tongue to speak Thy praise. Keep me all the way. God bless you. God bless you. Now, let me talk a few moments about her, sometime known as Cher, how good the Lord is. Let me speak about her. Well, her, H-U-R, or Cher, C-H-U-R, is one of the men that held up the hand of Moses in the battle against the Amalekites. And as long as they held up Moses' hands, then Joshua was able to slay the Amalekites. But whenever one hand went down, then the Amalekites would be slaughtering the Israelites. Oh, how important. How important it was that these men were there to hold up the hands of Moses. Moses made a couple of serious mistakes on his way across, and in 40 years, you're going to make some mistakes. Can you hear me? In 40 years, you're going to make some mistakes. You might as well face it, Dorothy. In 40 years, you just can't be mistake free. Roberta, I've been at New Bethel today. I will embark on my 45th year. 45 years ago, I stood in that pulpit for the first time. And here it is, 44 years of preaching, teaching, trying to guide. And as Black pastors, we don't have the great liberties of many pastors. We're all of it. We're involved in all of it. And many of us want to be involved in all of it. But I know in 44 years, I probably have far more mistakes than I have wise, prudent decisions. I used to write a handbook every year up until the year 2000. I stopped writing the handbook because the ink and the printing started costing so much. And whenever I would meet with individuals or large groups or whatever, and I quote from the handbook, nobody knew what I was talking about. It was just a matter of just coming to a meeting, getting the book, go home, lay it down, and that was it for all the hard work, the many hours of labor, and the book itself. When I go back through those books, because I am recording my own history, so when I die, somebody will know my truth about history, because that's what history is. It's the truth told by the last writer. And much of our problem is, as a people, we didn't do a lot of writing, because when we came out of slavery, they didn't allow us to do a lot of writing. I'm studying with a group now about our history, and you're talking about Wall Street and the Black enterprise there. Well, there were 360 of those cities. Can you hear me? 360. And right now they're being traced and trying to get them back on the map and everything and get the word out. So we won't be thinking, can Black people govern themselves? That was always the question here in Detroit. Can Black people govern themselves? And of course, with all the success we had under Mayor Young, with all the success we had with Dennis Archer, with all of the success we had, when we did finally hit bankruptcy, years and years and years later, when we finally hit bankruptcy, they said, well, we knew Mayor Young couldn't be trusted. We knew Black people couldn't govern themselves. So they elected a white mayor. They elected a white mayor. We have a young lady now of African-American descent, or Negro descent. So now the same questions got to come. Can we govern ourselves? If you just know the history. And I'm trying to write enough about mine. The Shadow of C.L. Franklin, Trial, Tragedy, Triumph, and Is It Church Yet? And the book that I'm writing now is called Serving Unseen, Invisible but Yet Invaluable. That would be my story. And a lot of people will say otherwise. But Moses did make some mistakes. One, when the children were crying for water, God gave the water, and he struck the rock in anger to bring them what God had delivered, as if though it was some strain on him. He wasn't delivering the water. God was delivering the water. And then when they got to the promised land and could have gone on the cross, Moses voted the people. Moses voted the people. Sometimes on this program, there are people who type in saying to me, I thought it was one man, one vote. Every church should vote. Now, I've never tried to stop a church from voting. I just never called for votes because that's up to them. That's up to them. But the sad part for Moses, he called for the vote. He voted the people against the will of God. God said, "It's yours," and the people told us, "We ain't nothing but grasshoppers. We're just gonna go over there and get killed." God doesn't know what He's talking about. Moses voted it and kept the people out another 40 years. So here he is dying, not in the promised land, but at the promised land. And he won't get a chance to walk on over. He's buried in an unmarked grave. Those of you who've been on biblical excursions to Israel, they take you to some of everybody's grave, but they can't take you to Moses' grave. They take you even to the grave that Jesus borrowed and was buried in for 3 days, but they can't take you to Moses' grave because Moses made that mistake. But how important it was that there were two that held his hands up. I know you may not like it, but you got to have a leader. You got things messed up when everybody leading. Can you hear me? You got to have a CEO, a chief executive officer, one who can execute, not just plan, but one who can implement, who can make it happen, one who can say go, and that's the final word. You got to have that person, and many of us don't like that. If you don't have a last word person, it could go on and on and on and on and on. I've had situations where I see people take 5 years to buy an ice maker because the leader wanted everybody to be happy. So every time they get ready to get one, somebody said, "But I was looking at one such a place. Can we take time and all of us look at that one?" And it just went on and on and on and on and on and on because there was no executive leadership. Well, it's so important that they could not defeat the Amalekites unless Moses' hands could be up. And so God had Aaron and Hur to set Moses up on a high rock where his hands could be held up. I want to ask you, are you holding up the arms of your preacher, your pastor? Do you support strong leadership, or would you rather just have a yes man to satisfy those things that you want to be involved in and those things that you're concerned about? You know, you don't care what they do at prayer meeting, you don't go nowhere. You don't care what they do in Sunday school because you don't go nowhere. You don't care what the music department is doing because you don't sing no way. But if you got your pet, your annual day, your special thing that you do and everybody know it's you, and sometimes that's the most important thing to people. It's not what's being done, but who's doing it. And most people will not, I'm talking about you, most people will not participate if they don't initiate and dominate. They just won't. Just won't. They want the day not to be known as a day of the advancement of the kingdom of God, but they want to be known that Chairman so-and-so, or Miss so-and-so, a brother so-and-so, boy, he really leads that thing. He's on top of it. He makes this happen. Not the pastor, not anybody else, but this is what Brother John does for us every year. Sister Mary does for us every year. She's going to work and raise that money. And if they don't get the glory, they don't do the work. Well, you ought to be one holding up the hands of the man of God. Well, her, very strangely, had to have equal importance. Moses didn't have but 2 arms. Aaron had one. Hur had one. But when it's all over, you don't hear about her no more. You don't hear about her no more. Her becomes invisible. But I could imagine that her was serving right on, just serving unseen, unrecognized. His job of holding Moses' hand was over, but his work was not over. He's mentioned uh, more in the Torah. Uh, he's mentioned much less in the Hebrew Bible. And that's very little in both. And sometimes when mentioned, there's an asterisk telling you, no, this was the keeper of. This man belonged to the tribe of Judah, and his grandfather was the builder of tabernacles. So he just quietly helped with putting the tabernacle up and taking it down, because they were a long time getting the temple built. Aren't you glad we don't have that problem no more? That our God is with us because he's in us. Can I say that about you? Is God in you? Can I assume that God is in you? I pray that I can. But they used to have to take the tabernacle because that was the dwelling place of God. And like my many Muslim friends who try to get to Mecca for the dwelling place of their limited vision of God. And I don't say that to despair, degrade, or excoriate my Muslim friends. I'm 100% in with them and trying to get something done about what's going on in Gaza today. Some 3,000 Hebrews have been evaporated. You talk about um, killing people for the sake of taking the land. They are really doing a job to make a great beach area, is what Trump is saying. All right. Well, we pray that you will not worry about being seen and heard, but you will concern yourself with serving, even if you're unseen. Your work for Christ is between you and Christ. Janet, they had a song they used to sing, only what you do for Christ will last. I hope you keep that in mind. Listen, I got to let you, oh my God, I got to let you go. I've been 37 minutes here, and I want you to get ready for Sunday school. I don't know what you're going to eat. I don't think there's nobody out there making no homemade biscuits. I don't think there's nobody out there making no homemade biscuits, but I'm going to let you go just in case somebody need time to make some homemade biscuit. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. You're a wonderful person. Tell your wife hello from me. And people are asking about you guys, but I know to come from Columbus, I think there's 286 miles. With this kind of weather we've been having, I understand you're not coming as regular as you used to. God bless you. Dorothy, will you sing one time for us anyway? Dorothy's just going to sing one time for us. I hope that you're all right. Hope your family's all right. All right. Sing. All right. Well. Kathy, God bless you, Kathy. All right. We're praying for Kathy. Her daughter is at the hospital. Her name is Lauren, like my baby. Baptiste. That's a wonderful name. We'll continue, Kathy, to pray for you. I'll be more than glad to pray with you. If you're in the service today, we'll have some of the ministers to come and touch and agree. I believe in that scripture where it said 2 or 3 touch and agree. So we'll be glad to touch and agree. Like a river. Sing. You never thirst. Sing, Dorothy. Yeah. Don't forget Sunday School, 9 a.m., New Baptist Church, 8430 Linwood, known as C.L. Franklin Boulevard. Oh, we had a hot class Sunday. Woo! We had a hot class. Couldn't hardly get out. Like a river. Thank you. Yes. God bless you, children. Remember, today is a good day to have a good day. Thank you. My Lord.